Now that you know what specific niche product to develop in video 3, in this particular video, video 4, we're going to talk about how to create the niche product itself. So let's go ahead and do that. So product creation is fun and easy. Now in the previous video I talked about finding problems that the local businesses are facing. And the reason why I did all that is so that you can create your product very, very easily. Remember, problems, in order to solve a problem, you need a solution. And the solution in this case is the product or the business tool. So just some ideas of how you can go about creating a product. It can be in a different format depending on the business. Remember in the earlier videos I talked about some businesses will use software, some businesses are best not to use software because they just don't want to dive into that technical realm. But software tends to be a higher perceived value, however. So if you do go out there and sell it, you can sell it for a little more money versus an ebook. So for me, I try to avoid ebooks because most businesses just don't have time to read an ebook and learn about marketing. They are hiring you because they want you to provide a solution quick and fast for them. They don't want to learn the solution and do it themselves. Most businesses are so busy that they want you to implement the system. But I provide ebooks there just as an option if you want to go with that. But I would highly recommend softwares, videos, or systems. I would probably avoid ebooks. But in this case, I don't want to leave anything out. You probably could use an ebook at a certain time. Let's talk about creation. Software creation, ebook creation, system creation, video creation. All very easy things to do. Now you might think, oh, it's so easy for you because you've been creating lots of software, or you're a programmer, or things like that. In fact, even though I'm a programmer, I don't create any of my software programs, although I create the ideas, which all derive from problems. Remember, okay, let's say, for example, marketing, lead generation. A lot of stuff is created with softwares. A lot of systems are created with videos or some sort of software or online website or something that can automate the process and speed the process up. So if you're thinking, okay, I want to create a software product, but how do I do that? Well, the way you do it is you find out the problem that that specific business is facing. Okay, so let's take, for example, churches. They have a follow-up system, software, that basically allows members, like church members, to follow up with visitors. Thanks for coming. We'd like to invite you to this event, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm using this because it stood out to me when I saw it. And it's definitely something that I talked about earlier about, it's a software, it's higher perceived value. It's a very, very simple software. And in fact, I could have my programmers create it all in 1 week. That's how easy it is. So if you can find a problem, the problem with not having this follow-up system is that there's a lot of waste in paper, communication, or centralized communication is not there. Slower in follow-up without the software. So these are problems that churches would face without this type of software. Well, with this software, they're able to save paper, they're able to have centralized communication, to know who follow up with who, and if this person followed with that person, then okay, I don't have to follow up with this person, and then it's a faster follow-up process. So if you were to be that person that created that software, then you knew this problem here. Being able to know that problem, then you can create the software. Then you just got to ask yourself, okay, what needs to be in the software? What kind of data? How does it work? So if you were to create a piece of software, you would basically find out the problem. You would ask yourself, okay, what needs to be in the software? How does it work? Step by step by step in a logical manner. If you can create a list of logical, okay, what happens after you click this button? What happens after you click that button? If you can do that, you can easily go to sites like scriptlance.com. I actually don't recommend any other sites. Rent-A-Coder is another good site, but scriptlance.com is a good site where you can go to and you can post a project. It doesn't cost much money. I think it's $5 to post a project. And you just basically take your list of step-by-step logical steps, post it on here. One thing to keep in mind is that before you choose anybody, make sure, number one, that you talk to them about it and they understand what you want in that software product. Number two, you look at their feedback and you look at, how well they did in other projects. Number three, communication. Actually, communication should be at the top, but communication, how fast do they respond to your inquiries? That kind of tells you if they want the project or not. If they want the project, most likely they're going to do a good job for you. And then you can go ahead and choose them. If you do choose them, I would highly recommend that you do something called escrow, which means you put the money into a mediator. And they can't touch the money. You can't touch the money until the product is finished. Now that's a software product. Ebooks, you can write your own ebook. I don't see why you can't write it. But if you don't have a lot of time, you can always outsource it. But the only downside about outsourcing ebooks is that you run into people that may not know what exactly you want. Systems, videos like right now I'm using Camtasia Studio 7. It's a fabulous piece of software. It's not that expensive. I think it's only $300, but if you don't have a lot of money, you can also invest into Cam Studio, or another place is screenr.com. It's another good site to record screen capture video without the need for expensive software. Now, the only thing when you're dealing with local businesses, they probably want to see your face. So I would highly recommend softwares mainly, or systems, or videos. Now, another good site I use is called odesk.com, especially for if you don't know how to create videos. You can use this site to find somebody who can create or edit videos for you. I create all my videos all in-house and software products. But if you can create all the stuff yourself, do it. But if you can't, I would highly recommend Scriptlance for software, Odesk for videos, Rent-A-Coder for ebooks or articles. Guru.com is another good one. I have not used elance.com, so I can't recommend that. Guru.com is a great place for writers, especially English-speaking writers. If you hire a writer, do not hire someone whose English-speaking language is not their first language. And some people would disagree with me, but from experience, that's just what I'm saying from experience. If you want to learn about software in a more detailed manner, if you go to Google and type in software cache generators, you'll find, or whoever sold you this product might have it too, but software cache generators is another video product, but it also dives into software development, things like that. So that's pretty much it. In terms of product creation. You can create your products within 1 to 2 days fairly quickly, just by using these two methods, just by using this video and the previous video as far as researching those cool business tool ideas.